Hi, let's get to the news.
What do we got?
Let's rock your socks.
Ooh.
Here we go. Othello.
This is what I've been waiting on.
Ravensburger is going to be bringing Othello to the United States and Canada, but hold on to your hats. For the first time ever, the rules will be in color.
I cannot wait to get a copy of this at my closest Goodwill.
This is in their press release. The rulebook will be printed in color for the first time in the game's history. The game isn't in color. Who cares?
The rules are going to be in black and white to celebrate the pieces.
Oddly unthematic, that it's like a color rulebook. And I'm like,
Now, what they did say is
two colors.
The game has sold over 40 million copies.
That's something.
That is definitely something for sure.
Wow. I cannot believe. Is this currently... I feel weird saying out of print. Is this currently out of print?
I'm sure you can buy the many, many, many rip-offs of it.
Well, you can also just buy it. Like
there's
at every
like you said, every Goodwill.
Every Goodwill is going to have it every,
Ollie's.
Yeah, but now you get it for $25. The thing I think is interesting about this, combined with some other moves that they made recently, I feel like Ravensburger's always been a mass market company. You don't realize it because they're mass market in Europe.
Sure.
Interesting. Okay.
Here they feel like a boutique, but Ravensburger is one of the biggest companies in the world for toys and games. Their puzzles are huge. But now that they're coming more to America and stuff, at first we looked at them as a boutique company, but I feel like they're more like Hasbro now, in a sense. Like even when they bought
be in line with
Funko or Prospero Hall, I'm like, eh.
I agree.
Yeah,
no, that's definitely the
line.
camp they sort of live in. This is just an interesting piece of news that they're printing this out, coming with this out, and it's in color.
Yeah, that's a weird,
cool. I like Othello as much as the next person. Bring it on.
All right, we got Worn Wanderers. This is coming from James Brody Kelly, Dennis Perlstein, and Claromancy Games. This was crowdfunded in April of last year, and it's going to be coming out Q2 of this year. This is kind of one of those button games. I feel like I've seen this game or them showing it off at conventions last year.
Well, we discussed it, when we did crowd surfing.
Okay, I was going to ask if this was the crowd surfing one.
We featured it.
So it's fulfilled and now it's going to market? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it's... I think you wear these buttons around and then you attack somebody when you meet them.
Yeah.
I just don't see it ever really taking off because it's, at a convention, sure, everyone's playing it. I'm not going to wear it and I'm at McDonald's and I'm like, you!
No, I think it's definitely like a con thing.
This is a
or like an event
game
thing.
Through and through, yes.
Or like, if you're going to cool stuff for a game night and everyone wears their pin and that's how you kind of, let's do a round real quick.
But
and then
see, I think that it won't even happen there. Maybe if you agree ahead of time with everybody.
Or if you carry like an extra one, hey, you want to play this real quick?
I challenge you.
No, I would say that.
I don't have anyone.
No, I'm being serious. And like a line at Gen Con, while you're waiting for your Disney Lorcana or whatever.
No, that I agree. I think
it's like, here's another one. Like,
That's where this
is
is going to work out. That's it. It's a very narrow focus, a very narrow audience, but it's a cool idea. I think they've tried these sorts of things in the past, playing a game while waiting in line. This one being a pin is a cool twist because you can still just kind of rock a pin if you want to,
Well, I like that we're seeing more of these, like, pins kind of have kind of gone away. It's not as big to collect them, I don't feel like, as it was a couple years ago. But I think we're also seeing more usable pins, things like this, making a game out of it. We saw the one from Foam Brain, right? That has a little stand, it's a pin, but then you can actually stand it up and use it as a game piece or a score marker or something like that. So I like that we're seeing
ones that are dice or whatever.
Yeah, so I like that we're seeing them becoming something, which I think is kind of reinvigorating that.
Yeah, but you'll never see this again in a year. These things have never made it. The button thing never made it. None of them really go anywhere because they don't have any long tail to them. They're like a fun thing to do at a convention once, and then it fades away. You don't think next convention people aren't like, oh, remember the button men? It happens one time.
No, I don't know, because, think about, I would have said the same thing about people that come to our cons and, like, hide the painted rocks. Like, oh, that was a cool thing that one year, that was a neat year, and it never happened again. No, that's a thing, like hiding the ducks,
sure, but
hiding the rocks.
that's one person doing it. That's one person doing it. This requires a lot of people. I would put a lot of money on that bet that this will show up briefly, if at all. I think it's cool. I just don't think it'll take off. In other positive news, Voro Quest. You've heard about games where you cut piece of paper?
Yes.
This one, you tear it,
Oh, man.
which automatically makes me dislike it because I can't tell you the number of times I've tried to tear a piece of paper without folding it 18 times in half, and it messes up.
This would be fantastic, though.
If you're
Thinking
angry.
as like a game schooler or something like that, like with homeschool, like fine motor skills for children. This is really neat. I mean, because you do the scissors and stuff, but specifically that fine, don't hold too hard. How hard do you hold the paper but still get it to tear? How, controlling how far you tear it. This is a really cool, not orthopedic. I can't come up with the word 'cause I'm tired, but
Therapeutic?
no, occupational therapy kind of thing.
Okay, maybe, but taking that possible educational thing out, I think this is one of the few games I would refuse to play on principle because I think I would be too stressed. I mean, the cutting is one thing. Tearing, I always make mistakes, and here your object is to tear out a piece of paper that has one weapon and one monster. I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to rip it up. I don't know.
Well, you're supposed to.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. It's like a dexterity game, really.
I guess maybe that's why it is, but I'm like, no, I would absolutely try this. Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's
That's a
coming
weird
out.
one.
I don't know anything about when it's coming out. It's coming out eventually.
That's a weird one.
Ink and Gold. More Ink and Gold coming. And you get confused with Ink and Gold. Ink and Gold in America, the rights are owned by Eagle Griffin, who I wish would accidentally forget to sign that paper one year because the foreign versions are so much nicer.
Yeah.
Yellow has it overseas, I believe, and it's often called
Diamond.
Yeah. And it's just a much nicer version. But they came out with an expansion for it, and so now the same expansion is coming out in America too. Ink and Gold, New Dangers, and Mike thinks it's the same as the Caution and Betrayal expansion.
I think that's the idea, yeah.
What is that? I've only played base on Diamond and Ink and Gold. What is it?
It
Do, what does
includes
that
a couple new ideas, I want to say. I'm not sure what it is. It is not a new idea. It's not a new expansion. It's one, like Tom said, that came out overseas.
Right.
And now they're printing it in English.
But you don't know what that expansion
I don't know
that's
what's in
overseas
it.
is.
A
Okay.
few cards.
Oh, that's
a few
really
new things.
That's exciting. I like
The game
that.
is so small that a few new things is a big deal, though, you know?
It is, yeah.
Just a few new
I
cards.
just want to know, like, do you have to take out one of the other ones to add it in, you know?
I don't think it works like that. I think it might
Okay.
have people powers or something like that. I have not
Interesting.
looked that closely because I couldn't get
Okay.
it, so...
Huh. Ooh, I'm excited about that because I have not seen it.
Phantom Ink. There's an expansion coming out for that.
Let's go.
Oh,
That is the extent of the news. We don't know anything else. But
I bet
Okay.
it's spooky. I bet it's going to be creepy.
another expansion coming out for Beacon Patrol. Beacon Patrol, Pandasaur says it was one of their best-selling games of last year. Really did well. Now, I have not played Beacon Patrol, but I was under the assumption talking to people that this is very almost mass market style of a game.
Okay. It
makes
looks like
sense
it a little.
why
Have you
it sells,
played it?
right? I haven't, no, but I mean like the small box, kind of mass market feel, real lightweight. I feel like those are doing really well right now.
Yep, so
Cool.
there's just more coming, and you'll have different kinds of ships. Construction ship, research vessel, Coast Guard ship, hovercraft. Well, that's one I want.
Ooh, hovercraft.
Pilot ship, ferry, and submarine.
Have you played it? See?
No.
No.
And none of us have.
I want to have a hovercraft, though. I've never been in a hovercraft.
I'm trying to think if I have. No.
A hovercraft?
I was like, wait. No, I don't think that.
They seem like they would be very noisy, being in a hovercraft.
Like a fan boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, which I've never done either.
I've
Actually.
never done
That's
that
stupid, 'cause
either.
That's right
You
here.
haven't done a fan
Yeah.
boat? They're like 5 minutes.
I know. Have you done
Yeah.
that?
Oh, it's one of my favorite things in the world to do. I really like them because it's really fast, and they make these turns on these fan boats, but it doesn't feel like you're being wrenched out of your seat, which I like because it just floats over the water. So they'll spin the boat really fast. It just feels really cool.
I assume
you're going
it's
really
kinda-
fast without like a roller coaster. I'm like, oh, you know, you might lose your lunch. Not on a fan boat.
Is it kind of like being on a tube when you're like behind a boat?
Never done that.
Oh. I like that a lot. I might need to buy
It might
one.
feel like that. Yeah. That's interesting. Okay.
Well, the thing about the tube, I would be if I let go of the tube, I'm going to skip across. Well, I'm going to skip once, and then I'm going to sink
Well,
like
no,
a stone.
sometimes you cartwheel.
Yeah. In the fan boat, you're not going to fall out.
Oh.
There's like no danger that you're sitting there wearing headphones because it's really, really loud.
Well, yeah, to Zee's point, it's like,
Okay.
we need to do that, Tom.
Kyoto No Neco. Kyoto No Neco. This is a new game from Matago. You are going to be kittens in this game.
Aww.
Having adventures in the city of Kyoto, Japan. This is from Cedric Millet, and it's coming out at Essen this year. You have different scenarios where you are going to befriend a schoolboy to fight an aggressive stray cat.
What?
And throughout the game, you'll evolve, developing your skills, and you get to go to new parts of the map because you can climb on bushes and rooftops. I'm kind of interested in
So
this
you're like
one,
a terror?
actually.
You're like a little terror cat?
What is a terror cat?
Like a...
No, it doesn't say that at all. I think you're just a
fighting
cute
an evil
kitten.
cat.
Oh.
You're teaming up with a boy to defend him from bullies. This kid is such a wimp. He gets bullied by a neighborhood cat.
Well, to be fair, some cats could be pretty scary.
Just saying, this kid is a big wimp. This is based on a book called The Wimpiest of Kyoto Kids.
I would read that book, actually.
I was trying to look close. So I couldn't tell if that was, until you said cats, I was like, oh, it has sloths in it. Oh, no.
I think that's a fat
Squirrels.
squirrel, right?
Oh, no, I think it's a cat because the game's about cats. But it definitely looks like
There's
it
a
went through a
large
whole...
squirrel in the corner for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so can I be the squirrel?
No, but you can be an alpaca. This is
Second best option.
a game. I've actually reviewed this one, but it's coming to America.
So much.
This is a deck building game. My problem with this game is it's a little light. It's a very light deck building game. Basically, you are collecting alpacas, and then you are putting them in pens. So very similar to what's the game with the Egyptian pyramids?
Oh.
Anyway, it's a deck building game where you're using cards
Valley
for
of the
special
Kings?
Valley of the Kings.
Yes.
Very Valley of the Kings-esque, where you get cards and then you put them in pens, but then you don't have the card anymore.
Okay, all right.
It's fine.
Seems cute.
No, the artwork's fantastic.
I love that's one of my favorite covers. I like shot to the top.
Well, look at that cover. Now look at the
So
cover of the
cute.
next game. From the other side, it's a fox.
Oh my gosh, I love it! And
Now,
a chicken!
Foxy is a game that you would not like.
So cute.
And what this game is you are showing cards one at a time, and then every time you see a card, you need to write down how many animals have been so far of the type of animals on that card. So if I turn over a pig, cat, and chicken, you need to think so far on all the cards, how many total have there been of pigs, cats, and chickens, and you'll write that down. You can write a lower number and still get points as long as you don't go over. So you want to try to get it exact to get the most points.
But you cannot, of course, write cats next to that number.
No, you just write a number down, and at the end of the game, we tally all. So I'll turn over the pigs, cats, chicken, and I put one after each of them. Then I'm like, so what everyone put for card one? Well, obviously everyone wrote 3 because that's all there is. The next card just shows a pig, so then you would write 2 because there's a pig on the first card and a pig on the second.
Oh, I see.
The third card has a cat and a bear, so then you write 3 because there's been 2 cats and 1 bear.
Well, and all this is happening here. I don't understand. You're writing it.
You're doing it in your head. It's memory. So by the time you get to card 20, you're like, oh! No, I enjoyed this actually with the kids.
Oh, I really think I hate this.
The thing is, again, you can be below. That's fine. It's more about not going above.
Right, so if you're not sure, I'm like, was there 7 or 8? I'm writing 7.
I like the idea of this, okay. I would not want to... I'm happy to play this as long as at the end, the game just goes and tells me what my score is. I do not want to go through that process of like, okay, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Okay, 1 here and 1
There
here.
is,
Yeah.
so I thought that
That's annoying
too.
as all get out.
Only one person needs to do that. There's a sheet that lets you mark them off, each one.
Okay, so that person's like not playing
person-
and guessing. They're running the game.
No, just the only one person needs to count them at the end. You do it.
Yeah, I
you
get
turn
that.
over a fox and a chicken, and there's lines for fox and chicken. So you just mark 1 and 1 and say, okay, this card is 2.
That seems like a lot of memory and a lot of like ugh.
Definitely is.
Me and the
But-
kids liked it.
Highest memory wins, and I do. Oh, I love that art though. I want to see that octopus. Do you have a picture of just the octopus card?
No.
All right, we got some games coming from Pegasus Spiel. So first, this one cracks me up. Dorf Romantic, The Duel. So Dorf Romantic is supposed to be this like peaceful game where
Yeah.
you do stuff. Couldn't they have put? This is where the duet would have worked.
Do you think you're actually competing in this one? Because the game is cooperative, right?
The original game is cooperative. I guess you're competing.
Oh, okay.
That's just kind of weird. Then there's Port Royal, the dice game, and then Xylence.
What is that Xylence? What's it say?
Well, it looks like
I like that.
looks like this woman is shooting out of a TARDIS and zombies.
I love those zombies. They are super cute. Look at them.
That looks like a kid's game almost, the way the
fluffy.
artwork is.
Yeah, it might be a kid's game. Yeah, with
I
that
do like
look.
Sophie Wagner's stuff, right? I think I've seen her stuff before, right?
What has she
Sophie
done?
Wagner. She has done
Didn't she do that one?
Noria, Razzia, The Boldest. I really like The Boldest. I've never played Poo Poo Pets.
Poo Poo Pets is coming soon. Oh no, it's 2021. Never mind.
All right. This next game is interesting from Deep Print Games, and this game is called Lumac Cor. And this is a game about tile laying, coral building. Now, this theme has been done a bit. We just played a game from the Op, actually. But this one looks really pretty. And look, it's 3D, by the way. You can see the tiles are going on top of each
Kind
other.
of looks like the one that we just did with Dutre, our Aqua. Kind of what it's looking like you're putting things together, then other tiles
Yeah,
on top.
from the Op.
You're right. It kind of does look like that. There's too many of these vaguely nature, like abstract meets nature games lately.
That it feels like it's an abstract game. Let's make it sell. Put
Like,
some nature on it.
Throw
you
some
know,
nature
right.
in it. Yeah, throw some
Yeah.
math nature in it.
Yeah.
These
Like ever
guys have-
since the Reef came out, I feel like this has been the push.
Yeah. That's my thing with it, is it looks like it's going to be really abstract.
Deep Print has some pretty solid games, though. They did Caldera Park, Juicy Fruits, Match of the Century, Renature,
Park.
things like
Yeah.
that.
So Caldera Park and
Also, I love that cover.
Savannah Park or
It
something.
is very pretty. It's a pretty cover.
I think well done, kind of keeping that chaotic coloring to a confined area there in the middle. I think it's a really well done cover with that. I think it's
All right, Mini Crimes. This is coming from Pegasus Spiel also. These are coming in March. All these games I mentioned are coming in March, which means now, I guess. These are going to be $6 games, and they're going to have 10 postcard-sized clue cards that give you elements of a crime scene, and then you try to figure out what happened.
You said coming in
it,
March?
Yeah, I know
Like
it's
the next
March.
4 days?
Well, I mean, maybe they're already released. I don't
Okay,
know.
got it. Okay.
This is a little wild to me. 10 cards, $6. I'm assuming a one-shot type thing.
Well, Magic the Gathering players are already used to that.
I assume it's kind of like
I guess.
it's
so.
kind of like those little what are the escape room things, the holiday hijinks kind of thing, you know, where that's
Yeah, but those are going
18
to take you like an hour.
yeah.
You know what I did
I
last night?
cannot imagine this taking more than 20 minutes, probably. I mean,
Depends on the puzzles, how many is on each one. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Speaking
Yeah,
of buying
but-
cards for a lot of money, last night for the first time in I don't remember how many years, I bought some singles.
Did you?
I did.
Of what?
For what?
For
What do
Star Wars.
You bought specifically singles? They're
Yeah.
selling singles
Yeah,
already?
Well, as soon as a set comes out.
Oh, card game.
So I went online, and there was a couple characters I wanted, so I went and bought them.
Online.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Look at
I haven't
you.
done that in ages.
Tom, I'm embarrassed and impressed. You know what I mean? Both.
All right. This next one I'm very interested in. Dino Dynasty. I have never played, I think, any game from Ion Games. But if there's one way to get me in, having a dinosaur game is definitely interesting. This one looks cool.
Cool.
Is this Ion Game Design? Is that what it
Yes.
is? Oh, they have a lot coming out then.
They do, but their games are usually fairly complex, and I don't know that
They
we've ever
are.
reviewed one on the Dice Tower ever, I think. Maybe someone not core staff has.
I'm trying to think if we did
I don't know. This is
Oh yeah,
very
because
cool looking.
they did Stationfall, right?
Stationfall,
and
which
Stationfall
no one
I
here
know was
played.
on
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Voro Quest listing, but I'm excited
looks
about a couple
cool.
of their others that are coming out. So I hadn't heard about this one.
I'll wait till they come up with a duck version.
I like that cover, by the way. That dinosaur,
That's cool.
That top dinosaur is like,
You get it?
oh yeah, you guys.
No, it's all about the little one on the O. I love him. He's so brave. Look at him.
He's a statue. All right. Citizens of the Spark.
Salty.
Another game I'm excited about. From Thunderworks
Oh.
Games, designed by Philip Dubarry.
Oh, okay. Okay, he doesn't do too much, but when he does, I tend to enjoy it.
So there's a lot of different creatures that are combined into one shared deck. Each creature has different powerfuls. You're picking a group of cards, putting them in your tableau, and putting like citizens together to grow their action strength. It just sounds interesting. I think the artwork's good. Thunderworks has great quality. Philip DuBarry, I like a lot of his stuff. Not all of it, but I like a lot of it.
That's interesting. Yeah, this is top of the list for me right now of things I'm interested in. I like that look a lot.
Really? I like the art style, but the animals in human clothing doing human things is like instant turn off for me.
I love animals in human clothing, but especially if they're doing human things like that dog pays taxes. That cat. Is there a cat?
The elephant.
That elephant there, he likes arranging plates.
All right. Also from, I think this is also from Thunderworks.
Some humans do that crap. I'm good at it.
Metro Runner. This is from Stephen Kerr. This is coming out at Gen Con this year. You're going to be in the underworld of Mirror City, and you have to ride the Metro. And it's a competitor worker movement and resource collection game in a high-tech neon city.
Was this on Kickstarter?
I don't think so.
I remember something like this from crowdsurfing.
There was a recent game that looked very similar to this.
It had that middle thing with a.
Maybe it was the same one then. And we recently looked at some kind of runner,
Right.
some steampunk.
It's like
or
the
cyberpunk,
cyberpunk theme. But I remember that middle like sliding puzzle thing.
It's apparently one word. I went to go on Board Game Geek. This is one thing that annoys me about Board Game Geek is when you don't know if the words are together or not.
Yeah.
And their search engine does not have it. It is from Thunderworks Games. And
Go back up. Was it listed as like?
there are previews of it, so I'm assuming it was. Maybe? I don't know. Only
Go
one
back
preview.
up. Over here where it lists the categories, does it say like crowdfunded or anything?
Yeah, Kickstarter.
Yeah, okay, so it was Kickstarter. Okay, all right.
Yeah, but I mean, I just assume almost every game that we see now is Kickstarted.
I was just trying to jog my memory because I was like, this is sounding really familiar more than anything.
Alrighty, and let's see, a couple more pieces of news we got. Gardelings. This is a game for Spiel. You'll be interested in this one. It's from Christian Amundsen Ostby and Maria Ostby.
I like that.
And it's a bag building game.
Is this Funny Fox? Who is this? I think.
Yeah, it looks like the Funny Fox logo. It's
Or
hard to
whatever
tell
that
there.
company's name is. It's a few Fox companies.
Anyway, you're building a garden in front of your cells. You draw and place tiles from your bag. You can stop drawing tiles at any time, because if you draw too many gnomes, they will steal gems from you.
They do that. They do human
Ooh,
things.
I'm very interested in this one. I like it.
I like it. I like the look of that.
All right, Unmatched, Slings and Arrows. This is the newest Unmatched that's been announced.
Yes!
Where you can play William Shakespeare as well as his creations. He must fight his own work. The Wayward Sisters,
Yeah.
Hamlet, and Titania.
Titania, but...
Titania. Oh, so there's 4 characters in this. It's a big set then.
Oh, it's a big set. This looks really neat. I do think it's a little weird. I know that the Shakespeare was an award-winning deck from a competition they had. And then the Wayward Sisters was like a runner-up. I think the other 2 things are brand new. But I did find it kind of weird that it is Shakespearean characters. Great idea. Love it. And Shakespeare.
Stephen King's already done this.
He did, and I hated every word of it. Yeah, it seems a little weird to me, that Shakespeare is... But then again, who cares? It's unmatched.
I was going to say, it doesn't matter.
I can finally have Shakespeare fight Bruce Lee. I've been waiting on that one.
I want
T-Rex.
Hamlet versus Daredevil.
Oh.
To be or not to be. He's like, shut up.
No, this seems like a really neat set.
All right, last couple pieces are about Lorcana. So Lorcana Gateway is coming out. This is a new way. They're not even pretending. They're calling it Gateway. It's 30-card decks for newcomers. They'll have characters and stuff. So This is a way to get into the world. I'm just abused that it's called Gateway. But anyway, this is how you get into it. So it's a 2-player board, character standees, $25. Cheap way to get into the game where you then will spend vast amounts of money.
But what do you need standees for?
Who knows?
Yeah,
I don't know why we need standees. That's a good question.
This might come, because it is a weird-looking box, this might come with a tracker or something maybe for your lore. I don't know, yeah.
Can't wait for that to be your gateway, and then you show up at a competition. We do a little tracker standee.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ready.
No, you'd be surprised. On Tuesday night for Lorcana, they get they get points for different things, and they get enough points, you get cards or whatever, and you get a point if you wear something that's Disney related. So everyone is wearing something Disney, although with Disney owning Star Wars and Marvel makes it easier, but people have shown up with stuffed parrots on their shoulders.
Why?
And
Oh yeah.
I'm not lying. This has happened in my eyesight.
This is like my personal hell. Yeah.
Aww.
This is
But
terrible.
you don't have to like interact with the people.
Oh.
Anyway, also from Disney or Lorcana, a Lumineers Quest.
Now this is mega interesting.
So this is they're turning Lorcana into a cooperative game, or you can play it solo. So this is very similar to what they did with the Keyforge.
They did it with Keyforge. They've done it with Magic. They're currently doing it with the one Roy has been reviewing, the Ashes Reborn. So yeah, this is...
You're playing against
play
Ursula.
against it.
You get a giant Ursula card with 50 card deck, and then it's going to come with 62 pre-built decks, and then but you can play any deck against her.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited for this. This is the next set, and it's such a cool new product line. Very quick, too. Normally, this is the kind of thing I expect to have games been out a couple of years. They're like, we made a thing you can play against. But this being so soon, it's only the 4th release, the 4th set. I'm really excited for this.
Seems like it's at the same time like overdue, because I mean, like, I know with Disney Lorcana, one of my biggest beefs was like, it doesn't thematically make sense. Like, why is Mulan fighting, or why is Moana fighting her grandma, kind of thing? You know, like, it just doesn't make sense. So it's
She
like, oh,
hates
okay,
her,
now
and
it's
she's
kind
old.
of, but now it's like coming like cooperatively. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, it's still
that
not going to
makes
make
more
sense. You're going to have Scar fighting Ursula, and you'll be like, why are they doing that?
Yeah, you're still
But I mean,
fighting.
at least it's a good one versus a bad one, not like two good guys against each other, or.
But Scar is bad.
I don't think that's... You're
Scar's
reading too
not,
much
no.
into it. Like,
Have you seen The Lion King? Scar is a bad guy.
He is, but but I like him anyway.
What? He's like one of the worst.
But it's all about they're fighting someone worse, though. He's not the worst.
Who's
He is the
Ursula?
I said he's
not
one of the worst.
He is one of yeah.
Did you
But
not?
there's always worst.
So many people cry at that scene. Alrighty.
what are you guys talking about?
You
What
haven't
scene?
seen it.
Yeah.
I've never seen The Lion King.
Are you serious?
You're lying.
Oh, I thought you hadn't seen it.
I said, no, I'm not serious. That
Oh,
was what
okay.
that no was.
That's what I'm saying. No, I thought you hadn't.
That's
I
the
have
news,
seen
folks.
it.
Let's
I've
move
seen it.
on.
They killed him.